Regardless of the outcome here, what are the chances this trial makes Elon Musk a little bit more judicious about the way he shares information? And as Melfi mentioned there, in a rather Freudian moment, he was referred to as Mr. Tweet instead of Mr. Musk.
Well, we'd like to believe so, but I think at this point we have enough of a track record that it's hard to believe we're going to see much change.
Well, we've got Tesla shares down about 54% over the past year. Plenty of commentators always thought it was overvalued. But what's the risk for Tesla going forward here as there are more and more competitors in this space and Elon Musk appears to be more and more thinly spread?
Yeah, so I mean, there's both short-term and long-term risks. Short-term, Twitter has just been an amazing distraction. I mean, just look at the fourth quarter miss, which wasn't signaled at all to investors. Everyone is just assuming he's full-time on Twitter, and Tesla and SpaceX are sort of distant second and third. And then just look at the comments he's making as well in terms of his customer base, particularly in the U.S. Tesla customers lean affluent, well-educated, tend to live in blue states. And the whole fights over censorship almost seem kind of like perfectly tuned to antagonize them. And as you said, we're seeing a slew of competition entering the market. Look at the rise of BYD in China. Just in the U.S., just in the last year, we see Ford with its Mach-E, Hyundai Ioniq, Cadillac Lyriq. We're going to see dozens and dozens of models in the next couple of years. And that's really going to weigh on Tesla in the future.
Whether or not, doesn't matter how this trial goes, is it just downside for Elon Musk, given, of course, that it seems he's on, it's a referendum on not only his likability, but also how he deals with Wall Street?
Yeah, so it's going to continue to weigh on him, however the trial happens. He just has an amazingly fraught relationship with Wall Street. And the idea that you're going to send tweets out that you're actually on the verge of taking a company private with all this funding, it just means that every statement that Tesla makes moving forward is just going to be incredibly parsed. And it just reminds analysts of investors of every past case where they missed earnings, promises of new products that never came to fruition, every past statement that sort of wasn't borne out.
What would a world without him having acquired Twitter look like for Tesla and Elon Musk?
Yeah, so I ask myself that all the time. If we had a parallel universe where he had never bought Twitter, Tesla faces rising competitions, but it's a market leader. It has the best technology. It has huge scale advantages. It owns its own gigafactories. It has this fast charging network that nobody else can match. And, he in a lot of ways would be at the top of the world. He would be the Elon Musk that was Tony Stark rather than this kind of caricature we're seeing now. It's really kind of tragic.
Can you imagine a scenario where that might come to pass, where Elon Musk either unloads Twitter, perhaps because he decides to, or because his hand eventually gets forced?
Yeah, so obviously he has some interest payments coming due, and that might be the sort of cathartic moment that pushes him to walk away, or just to hand it off to another set of professional managers and sort of refocus on Tesla, where, there's challenges out there, but you're going to continue to see it growing in size and scale. And in a lot of ways, if things go well, he's going to be well positioned to take a victory lap. Twitter is both weighing down Tesla as a company, but it's weighing down Elon Musk too.
And Joseph, so we know that Elon Musk is appearing in court again tomorrow morning. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear from him? What are you watching in order to sort of gauge where Elon Musk and Tesla goes from here?
Yeah, so the question is, what kind of statements can he make to suggest that everything we've seen in the, in the last few years is in the past, and that moving forward, we're going to see sort of a more steady professional communication, particularly on very sensitive legal issues like earnings, production targets, new models. These are not opinions on the world. These are things that people base investment decisions on. And being accurate in those is sort of critical to avoid both future legal trouble, but just to kind of reestablish trust with Wall Street.